Hello, and welcome back to another Guns of Glory episode with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. I absolutely appreciate it. Make sure you click that like, subscribe if you can. Today we are in our castle, and we're going to be talking about food consumption, upkeep, etc., etc. So, basically, upkeep or consumption is something that happens when you have troops. So troops will constantly be upkeeping or need upkeep or food consumption. If we go into here, we can see on the information button like so, the upkeep for one of these guys is 1.6 food. Yeah, and we currently have a couple of 100,000 of them if I'm not mistaken. Let's scroll down here to the formation building. And you can see here that we have 180,000 troops, so my upkeep is 257.5 food per hour. 257.5 food per hour. We can also see that figure up here. If we click on the estate stats, and we can see here the total upkeep is in the red. It's 257,520,000 per hour. Now, a lot of people will be worried about such a thing. They're going, "Oh my god, that is I'm losing this much food to the troops every single hour. That is too much." However, it is not, and that is not the case. You can see here that my food production is only 27,763 per hour, so roughly speaking, if we look at these differences here, we should be losing 220,000 food per hour. Hell, we are not. We always have an abundance of food unless we use it all up to upgrade a building. How is this working? Why is this working? Well, the first reason this is working is we can click on here, we can read this. Food protected by the warehouse will not be consumed by troops. That is very key. Food protected by the warehouse will not be consumed by troops. And then secondary, if your food level drops to 0, your troops will not die. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. We don't have to have all the food in the world, and the troops will not be affected by that. But this is the most important bit. Food protected by the warehouse will not be consumed by troops. That is interesting. How much food is our warehouse protecting? Let's pop in here and have a look. The warehouse helps protect your resources from any rate upgrade to increase the amount of each resource protected. Currently, with bonuses, and let's ignore the bonuses for a second, but we are having 460,000 worth of food protected by the warehouse. We add the bonuses in, it's 488,000, 588,900 food is protected by the warehouse. Now, if we take that statement from the formation room, what is called drill grounds. Why did I call it the formation? Oh well, this is what I'm going to call it. Food protected will not be consumed by the troops. So if we have 257,000 food being consumed per hour, as in upkeep, it does not actually do that until it will get over the level that is protected by the warehouse. So if the warehouse is protecting 561,000, I think we said 582,000. Sorry. So the warehouse is protecting 582,000. This number here, this upkeep number, would have to be 583,000 for any of our food to be affected by the amount of troops we have. That, for me, was an interesting revelation and something that I didn't realize. And we realized that in a live stream I did last week, or a few days ago now. So make sure you check out those live streams. But it is very, very interesting. In that it means you do not have to stress about food. Now, I have been keeping food production at quite a high level. I have a number of food farms, more than I kind of really wanted to have, because I thought, oh my god, I'm definitely losing. I just kept on looking at that red number and going, oh, we've got to get this closer, until I really looked at it and went, those are so different, those numbers, that there must be something else happening, because otherwise I would be always negative in food. Okay, so where is this going to make a difference? Well, effectively it means that I can have probably, well, how much? This is the upkeep for 180,000, and we really need to double and a bit that to get to, well, this would be 500,000 double, 514,000, and 588,000, which is our current warehouse level. So that would be 1.1 times or 1.2 times. So I could have another 180 to 200,000 troops, so probably for a total of 400,000 troops before that is going to affect the amount of upkeep, before it starts to be an issue, before they start to actually consume food on a daily basis. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm super good at training my troops. I definitely could be a little bit better. You can see none of them are being trained now, which is useless. They should be being trained. Train you. Train, man. Train. And so I need a lot more troops. I need to catch up massively. I definitely don't have enough in each of my formations. But it does give me a massive amount of leeway. And then when that comes down to it, I can always upgrade this baby. And this has got to add another 20,000. And obviously, as we saw in here, there are other things. So this is a bonus. This is going to be due to various types of equipment and blah 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 blah, and things you're wearing and all that kind of jazz is going to researchers and all that stuff is going to add to here as well. So effectively, I'd say I'm not going to be upkeeping. I'm not going to be losing anything to upkeep or consumption for a very long time in the future. If I've been playing for 45 days and I've only been able to train 180,000, and I've been, as I said, not great at it, but I train quite a few every day, I can legitimately say that I could probably go for another 3 or 4 months constantly training and upgrading my warehouse before any sort of food consumption or upkeep becomes an issue, which is a good thing. So you don't really need to worry about it. What I will be doing actually is probably removing some of these farms and building some more probably iron production. That seems to be the one that I'm always missing out on at the moment. And I would suggest, as a kind of extra to that, is that I think you should have your farm production, and by farm production I mean all of these guys, your resource production, you should have it dynamic as possible. So that means don't be afraid to close something down and build another type of one. It does take a little bit of time. Obviously you're going to lose a bit of power, but if you notice that you're a bit short of something and you're constantly short, and I'm definitely noticing that with iron, I'm constantly short on iron. So I started to slowly move a few things over to more iron production. And food is easily one of the things that you seem to receive the most amount of. I definitely would say for sure that if we look through here, I probably have, I don't know how many millions, loads of millions of food. That's million, that's a couple of million, that's 6 million. Yeah, I mean, I've got to have at least a minimum of 10 to 20 million of food. Oh, that's heaps, that's another millions. So I don't really necessarily need as much food, and you do seem to receive a lot more of it from opening things, completing tasks, etc, etc, etc. So let me know down below if you think that's cool. Let me know down below if I've got that wrong. I've only recently started playing this game. Maybe I've made a massive mistake in my kind of looking and reading thing. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Let me know down below if you think there are other ways to kind of cheat the consumption. But yeah, and just also let me know down below if you kind of like it, if you think it's a good video. That'd be nice. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure you eat some cheese here. Click the like button, subscribe if you can, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys, see ya.